Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. Well, it's a Friday morning, exciting time for Panhandle Outdoors because we get to give away some seafood and a free meal, and there's just all kinds of good things. You're going to get a fishing report and also an outdoor report as far as what's going on. But let's get started with our weather. It's still cool. Now, high today, though, is going to get almost 60. It's going to be 59. It's going to get down to 43. But now it's going to be cold tomorrow night because it's going to be, we got some wind coming in. Anyway, let's look at the temperature at the pier, 58.5. River readings, Apalachicola at Bluntstown, it's going down. It's below 10 foot now, right about 9.5. And at Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it'll level out to right around 7 foot. So it's going to be a good steady for this weekend for you to finish up shooting those squirrels. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn right here on 23rd Street. We're looking at a low tide this morning at 8:47 and a high tide at 10:30 tonight. We're ending up the week on these great week of strong tides. Next week's not going to be as good on the tidal flow. Our wind now is coming out of the west-northwest today at about 16, and what that is, you see that front coming down, it's going to be blowing in a lot of cold air. It's supposed to be freezing tomorrow night, so yeah, hopefully the wind will die down today, and then it'll get on cool off. And I know tomorrow there's going to be a lot of people outdoors tomorrow doing all kinds of things. I know that, and I hope I'm one of them if we get things squared away. So anyway, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our hunting dates and all for a couple of species because we're on the tail end side of it, and especially looking at duck season. Let's make sure we know we're in that phase right there, December 12th through January 31st. So we have about 15 days left in duck season, okay? I want to make sure you know that. And while we got it, let's go ahead and look at dove season. It's the same thing. We got dove shooting through January 31st. It's late season. This time of year, most of us don't think about dove shoots, but I know there's some good shoots that go on in the end of the season like this. All right, let's move into some pictures. This is a good one here. I got Ted Gagne from Lynn Haven, Winston. Let's see. I shot these photos of an eagle on Christmas Day. Don't know what he had caught. I sure do enjoy watching them. Have a good day, Ted. And they are really amazing birds. He's got something in his claw. And here's the bottom picture. Just a different angle, even closer though. And we're blessed here in the Florida Panhandle to have as many eagles as we do. I mean, they're not prevalent all over, but we have a good selection of eagles to see. Okay, here's another. Bill Buchanan. Hey, Winston, this buck came from Hayden Ridge at Steelfield. 140. That Buchanan family has been hunting Steelfield, I know 3 generations at least. There's 148 pounds, 9 point. Okay, and here's a good shot. Bill Buchanan. The Buchanan Bridge is all named after that family, and that's some good folks up there, and good outdoorsmen too. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this one. Okay, here's a Tom Gurley pics. And that Tom just has that knack, that has the patience to get that, and you wonder if birds eat those shrimp, and yes, they do. Okay, don't forget we're at that point now where a lot of y'all already got plenty of meat in the freezer. If you get a chance, let's share it with some other folks, and you can donate it. I'm gonna have Steve Shays coming on next week. We talked last night. He'll be coming on next week, and we'll really talk about hog hunting next week and some looking at it from his viewpoint, but we can share deer and hog, okay? I thought this is a cool idea, those old cables that people throw away. Isn't that a creative way to do something, especially like a hunt camp or something? That it's just cool to have something like that, okay? And I also wanted to mention we have the Panhandle Outdoor Shop. Go online, it's open now, and they are taking PayPal. I guess they checked our background and everything. We're good for PayPal. So, in fact, we've already run out of 1 or 2 things. Be patient. We're going to order some more, And Travis Fagg is taking care of all of that. So I'm so tickled he's doing it. But Gail and I, well, Gail is helping him some. I'm just giving advice. Okay, this is interesting right here. This is, I'm going to read this to you. This on the Panama City hunting page. To the gentleman that stole my trail cam and deer blind from Point Washington State Forest down close to 331. You got one camera but missed the one that was hid in the woods behind the blind. By the looks of your picture, you should go back to hunter safety. It can get dangerous if you're only wearing a touch of orange. This is getting interesting. I'm going back there Saturday afternoon when I get out of work. If it's not back, I will post your picture here as well as call the police. They may not do anything as it was public property. However, your reputation in this community will be messed up. We are pretty close-knit here. Do the right thing. And folks, this was posted, and right after that, a little bit later, he posted, my items were returned. I had a feeling the individual would see this post. Sir, I appreciate you replacing my items. Now, that's interesting right there, because it shows, first of all, we've been talking so much about the game cameras and all, the advantages of having them all over. And first of all, some people posted, I didn't think you could have game cameras in a wildlife management area. And I thought you could, but I went ahead and got in touch with Travis Bassford, and Travis said, yes, it is legal to have game cameras in the wildlife management areas, so it's okay to do that. But you spend money on this stuff, and you just don't want anybody to get it. And outdoorsmen are pretty good about not doing those kind of things to each other. If somebody steals one camera, usually there can be several other cameras too. And that worked out good. I'm sure that person that did that probably just had a lapse of judgment. He's probably not a bad person, just made a mistake. And we've all done that before. So look at it, it turned out well, and I was just glad to see the results ended up like that. And that was on the Panama City hunting page, and a lot of good information swapped back and forth. So that ended up good. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. On this segment right here, we're going to draw some names later, but let's go and add some right now, okay? How about Stephen Swanson in Panama City, H.C. Slay at Bonifay, watching those Martins up there, keeping us posted on those. Susan Hahn, Southport, the neighbor up that way, Barbara Slay, Bonifay, Jeff Bryant, Panama City Beach, Bill Barlow, fishing buddy, Bill Barlow, and Cindy Barlow. Loves a good fisherman. Mike Pleasure and Katja Pleasure. Hey, they're good. I've known them a long time. Go to church with them and all. Just good people. I love to have them watching. Ralph Vi, good to hear from you. And Pearl Vi up in Youngstown. All right, so we're getting a fill up. We'll be drawing in just a minute. Let's talk a second about, I wanted to, this right here, this magazine, this is called The Insider. I got it in the mail the other day. You get so much, I know y'all too, I usually goes from my hand to the trash can, but this, of course, had some outdoor stuff on it. So I looked at it, it said, exclusive Spy Point Insiders magazine. I said, Spy Point? That's my camera. Well, I started looking at it, and it's put out, this is Spy Point. It's really, I'm going to talk more about it in more detail later, pictures and stories and everything. So you can imagine, I just sat down and started going through this, and I just thought it was so cool, and I'll share some stuff with you and all. But anyway, plus I said, that's some good marketing. So if you have a subscription, for $10 a month, I can afford $10 a month for pictures, all the pictures I get of my does and everything but a big buck. But anyway, they send this to you. I don't know how often it's going to come out. It's just volume or whatever. But anyway, I started reading it. The magazine's good. And one of the stories I read out of it, a lot of picture stories, and I had so they were talking about all kind of, but one thing that caught my attention, because I'm very interested in this, is what do you snack on when you're in a deer stand? That's important stuff. And I'm just one of these guys, I love to eat. I always have. And when I get in a deer stand, I'm usually taking some food with me. I know, and I try to keep the smell down. I try to put stuff in a plastic bag. But here's several stories in here. I took these pictures out of this magazine and just shared a story with you, just briefly about some of these hunters that have Spy Point and all. So here's a guy. I don't know these people, but Steve Fuller said usually it's a granola bar unless it's after Halloween and we pick up some cheap markdown candy. We know what he's talking about. How about Ralph Cincirelli? An all-day snack is peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay, these are hunters out in the woods all day and all that, like I love doing. How about Michael Lee? Jerky is always a go-to, and anything from Little Debbie. Most days they don't make it until noon though, and I'm the same way. How about this young lady, Melissa Bachman? How about a Diet Mountain Dew and Pop-Tarts? That looks cool, don't it? Okay, and then this is Billy Lawson. My favorite snack in the woods has always been beef jerky. It lasts me a good while and it gets me through those long sits. But if I'm out west in Wyoming chasing elk, which I don't do, or something, my definite go-to is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Protein and carbs is exactly what I need as I get higher in the altitude. So that's just some different ones right there. So I was thinking, I want to go ahead and show you. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I had to make a box of it. I'm going to show you Winston Chester snacks. I don't take all these at one time, but these are things I enjoy taking. They're going to sit there, and in no random order. I don't take this basket. Gail picked some kumquats off our tree, and if you want some come by the house, I'll give you a basket full of them. We've had a plethora of kumquats. So I love these. I put some in my pocket. If I'm going to the tree stand early in the morning and sitting, till noon or something. Okay, at random, I do like fruit, apple and oranges, okay, and bananas. I love bananas. Now, this right here, this is the same right here. This is, Gail calls it party mix. She makes this now. We don't buy this. She'll buy a box of Chex and pretzels and peanuts and all. She puts stuff on it, puts it in the oven, and bakes it for a good while. But the taste is incredible. I love eating these and all. And Mason, we're probably gonna mail this to him. The kids love this. But this snack mix, Jeff, you've had some, haven't you? We on Christmas time we give some away and all. This is really good. I don't eat quite this much. I want to take this. What I do is take a lot of stuff in plastic bags, and then really snacks too. I enjoy. Just at random. This little sweet and sour, this little sweet and salty mix. Sweet and salty mix. That's good stuff right there. And I don't take all these at one time. I have a variety. I love crackers. And Gail asked me sometimes if she wants to pack up for me for the next day. And she said, which crackers you want, the orange ones or the regular? These are the orange ones, and these are the regular. And I rotate them. I like variety. So one day, but I love crackers, okay? And that's good carbs and everything. And then just a combination of these right here, these little oats and honey bars. I love those. You can see these kind bars. We started on those not too long ago. And they're good. They're really good. So they come in different chocolate and peanut butter and all kinds of kind bars. And then I've always had this what's called Nature Valley right here, different, that's almonds and different stuff like that. That's what I snack on. And normally I will take something like this. If I'm going on a trip, if I'm going hunting, this is about what I take in the morning. That's about what I have, a little handful of stuff. Just get me through the morning, you know what I mean? So that's our snacks. And I leave some in the truck to give me something to look forward to. When I'm getting out of tree stand, I can't wait to get back in my truck to give me some more stuff. And what I drink now, water. That's all I drink. I just enjoy. I take some water with me. But banana, I'm gonna probably eat this during the break and all. Okay, now let's talk about hunting and camping and all. This weekend is a St. Vincent Island hunt. We talk about it on a pretty regular basis, and all the time I said, I'd like to get back to camping in those tents and getting up, but it's gonna be pretty cold Saturday night. But it is this weekend. Now, if you think about doing it for next year, go ahead and plan on doing it, but you can't, just can't walk up there and go. You have to, get into a lottery system for the muzzleloader hunt and the regular hunt. And I was talking to Jerry Forehand the other day. Jerry goes up, has been on quite a few of those. And I'd love for a group of us to maybe get together and go 3 or 4 or 5 and just get up there, and there's just a lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie and all. So anyway, that St. Vincent hunt is this weekend. Don't go, but just letting you know about it. I hope they have plenty of firewood up there. Okay, now let's get ready for our drawing, and keep your cards and letters coming in, and I'll keep adding your names. If you send we're gonna ask. I've got one more batch to add that's going to be coming in today. If you haven't heard your name called out, maybe get back in touch with me. I'm not keeping a list this year. We're doing it random. If you don't think I've called out your name, then send it back in. Okay. All right. This is going to be. We're going to do 2 to Los Antojitos. Let's just get all one at a time, though. All the way from Southport, my neighbor, Lynn Richards, Los Antojitos. I'll put this in order. I'm going to eat this. Los Antojitos number 1. Los Antojitos number 2 is going to be from Fountain, Jack Barton. Okay, LA. Now, let's go to a $20 gift certificate right there. Tarpon Dock Seafood from Panama City, Jay Atkins. Put you right here. And the big red snapper is going to be all the way from Clarksville, David McGeechee. Okay, Clarksville won 2 weeks in a row now. So that's Southport, Fountain, Panama City, and Clarksville. We're covering the Panhandle like Kudzu covers Alabama. Stay tuned. We'll come back with our famous Friday fishing report. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing forecast, and it's going to be a good weekend if you want to go fishing. It's going to be a little windy, but certain areas you can get out of. But I put a big bull red back up here. I don't know how close you notice these things. It's been a regular redfish here for a while, and people want to know how big it is. We have this ruler from SeaDeck. This is right at 3. This is a 3 foot. Okay, that's a 3 foot long bull redfish. So that's how big it is right there. So I just wanted to share that with you all because they're catching some bull reds this past week, catching them off bridges and also around the pass. They've caught some on these strong outgoing tides, and we've had some strong ones. Let's take a look. One of the things, let me get my notes here. Oh, I wrote down the 3 R's for this weekend. How important 3 R's are, and you can tell that joke to young people. They don't have any idea what you're talking about. But the 3 R's for this weekend are rut, redfish, and recreation. So out of those 3 things, you should be able to do one of those. And recreation is that broad umbrella of just getting outside and doing stuff. So that's the 3 R's for the weekend. But the rut is on strong in some areas and it's really starting in other areas. So as far as the Panhandle goes, this weekend has always been a great weekend personally for myself and some of my friends. So I want to mention that. Also, now let's look at a map for a minute. We're going to have this west-northwest wind coming in. So you want to look at some areas where you can get up in the corners. And I always talk about East Bay, getting over toward Cook's Bayou and Allenton and Sandy Creek and this area all in here. So you've got a northwest wind. You can get up on that shoreline on that northwest side and get some good fishing in. Okay, so especially around getting around to Sandy Creek, all around East Bay and all, get up in there. Sandy Creek's going to be an excellent area to go. Right in here. And coming out of the mouth, you can be out of the wind. You're going to be in good shape there. And anything coming out of Callaway Bayou. So on East Bay, there'll be some good fishing. And I'll go over here to West Bay. Now coming in, if you put in here a Cargray Park, and if you're going across, you're going to have a rough drive going right across into West Bay. So it's best that you put in up around Sandy Creek, even going to Lynn Haven and all. You can hug the shoreline. You go to Lynn Haven Park, you can still hug the shoreline and go over there toward the steam plant area. So I'm just going on the shoreline here, the northern part. But once you round the point right here, you're going to hit some strong wind. So if you're going to fish West Bay, put in at one of the landings here at Burnt Mill or Crooked Creek, one of those landings there. And that's going to be a good place to fish this weekend, I can promise you. And then we've always talking about the intercoastal. The intercoastal is going to be good. I want to mention again about surf fishing. I've looked at some notes and gathered some notes last night. Surf fishing has been pretty decent this week. We've had what's been called 2 things, been whiting and black drum. Actually, in the surf, they've caught some black drum along the surf in different areas. And we showed some pictures about a couple weeks ago about the drum being caught in the surf. But the whiting bite this week has been really good. In fact, one guy over there toward Pensacola caught some pompano, and they're still catching some around Gulf Breeze. And remember that tournament's going on over there. Also, the bridges. I bring up this one down in Franklin County because I just love the bridge down here. Let's go down to St. George Island. Zoom in here. That's the big bridge, but the fishing bridge right there at East Point. You can see it right there. That bridge, you're going to have that northwest wind, which is going to be coming, from the northwest, top left-hand corner there. So you can get on that bridge, and you're going to be out of some heavy wind. Now, if you fish in the south end, if you go down here to the south end of the bridge, there's some good fishing there, but you're going to just be bombarded with some really big waves. So really you want to go up in here, and that's going to be a great fishing bridge. And same way, I'll go ahead and mention this too, sea quarters. I haven't talked to them this week. We're going to call them next week and find out what's going on there. Sea quarters up in the creek around, we talk about going creek fishing. I cannot overemphasize right now how important creek fishing is right now, because these speckled trout, I haven't talked about speckled trout. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he's looking for them, and he'll find them. He's a good fisherman, and once he finds them, we're talking about being gathered up. Once he finds them, they're going to be there for a little while, and they're going to be around some deep holes, and they're going to move around. But once they'll stay in a place for a couple of days and move, but that's been the pattern. And what they're doing, and you see the water temperature I talk about every day, how cold it is, and that's what, in Choctawhatchee Bay, it's going to be the same situation. We're talking about Choctawhatchee Bay. You want to get, it's going to be some good fishing, talking about the northwest wind and all, into the fishing on the coastline up in here. Now on the south end, around Santa Rosa, it's going to be rough. But anyway, it's going to be good up on close to the shoreline. So the tide's going to be coming in. There's going to be strong incoming tide. So it's going to be a good weekend to go fishing. And of course, hunter, I'm going to try to hunt myself. And I know a lot of y'all will be out there too. I've run out of time. Thank y'all for watching the show. You have a great weekend. Remember the 3 R's. Do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.